With the players around here, when I got here, I had lived in Virginia for a while, lived in some different places, and there was great players all around. But I had never heard freakishly good players, a lot of them in one place. It was like every gig I was going to, I was meeting a guy that would just make you cry, with how good they were
Yeah.
on saxophone and trombone. And then you come to find out they're amazing human beings and they're great people to be around. And so, I was playing a lot of pickup band gigs. I was playing a lot of different gigs where, corporate stuff, and I still do that to this day. I had no problem with that. But I was like, man, I would love to hear all these guys in one band, like just one band. And so we created a band called, it was originally called the Music Row All Stars.
Hmm.
And it was like a mini big band kind of thing. It started off as just two trumpets, a bone, three saxophones, and rhythm section.
Hmm.
And then Rob moved to town. And I said, well, Rob, you got to play in this thing. I'll play, I'll do like the solo man gig and be fine. But you should play in this. And then a trombone buddy of mine named Josh Scalf, who's another amazing player, he said, listen, we need to get another trombone player in here. We got this guy that just moved to town. And I was like, well, okay. So it just kept expanding. And I was like, okay, we're done with the two trumpets, two trombones, three saxophones, me, and the rhythm. And, I'm meeting the trombone player, and it's a guy by the name of Ray Mason, who you might have heard of. He was a New York cat, but he was on the original Uptown Funk record. He was on the
Okay.
original track. He was the
Yeah.
trombone player on it. And
Right.
so you're meeting all these people, and you're just kind of like, huh? Like it hits you in the face like, wow, these are some serious players. And then you hear them play, and it's like, man, what am I doing? Like, why am I here? Like, this is not going to help, the situation. I'm not going to have anything to say in this situation.
Right.
But over the years, what I figured out is that when you get to their level, they want to be around the same level and they want to support everyone that they can, and you want to be as nurturing as you can. And it's the same with the trumpet, players here. Vinny, of course, being the greatest example of that. Very nurturing, very loving, wants to help whatever he can with. Steve Patrick, very similar. Another name that a lot of people don't know is Mike Haynes. He is one of the original goats here in town. Fantastic player. Rob, of course, we've been friends for 12 years.
Yeah.
When we first met. So, I mean, there's so many. And then names that Emmanuel Etcham, is another fantastic player here. And they just make you step your game up.
Yeah.
And those are just trumpet players. I mean, there's a list for every instrument here in town.
Yeah.
And those guys just make you step your game. They make you play better. And I hope that answered the question right. I can't remember exactly what the question was.
It's okay. Yeah. I don't remember what it was either. So
yeah.
hell,
So I just love the fact that this town, you can go literally anywhere, and you could, call somebody and say, hey, I'm in Franklin. What are you doing today? Oh, I'm not doing anything. Let's go get a cup of coffee, and you can go catch up and be fine. And it's like that in any town, but you're doing it with a guy that, great example, a saxophone player I work with all the time. His name is Mitch Riley, and he's from the Bay Area. So that's his style. And it worked perfectly for my, very bull in the china shop kind of approach. But he was on the road with Tiffany back when she first started.
Okay.
And so, I mean, you talk about that's different, and he played with, he didn't play with Tower Power. He played with the rhythm section when the horns were on the road with Huey Lewis.
Mm-hmm.
So it was the Tower Power rhythm section, it was Tower Power, rhythm section, Rick Braun on trumpet and Mitch on saxophone. And so you talk about just a world of just like knowledge, and just you hone into that. And so it's just fantastic. And everybody plays great here. I've met a couple bad players, but everybody plays good here. So it's like, you can call anybody for a gig pretty much. I mean, and so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and it sounds like, we're talking about the thing about the nurturing and stuff like that. It sounds like it's a supportive environment where it's not like, people are trying to hoard gigs and stuff like that. It's like, it sounds like that the environment is conducive to, if you've got the chops and you've got the personality, you can survive down there.
Yeah. And you said the magic words, chops and personality. I've met a lot of great players that I don't think I'd want to be in the room with more than 5 minutes, you know. But you meet guys here, most of them have a great personality, you know, fun to be around. And can play all night, you know. I can just go. Basically, I always say if we could be in a bus with you, you're a good person to have on the gig, you
Yeah.
know, because you get on them bus calls and you're going, you know, like I did last week, Fargo, North Dakota to Syracuse, back to Nashville. Can you imagine being in a bus with somebody that you couldn't stand for that kind of a run?
Yeah.
It's just not, that's not in, not the best thing in the world. But most, and like everybody, we all have our guys that we like to be around.
Yeah.
We all do, you know. And you know, luckily here in town, I like to be around a lot of people, you know, because it's amazing, you know, personalities and stuff like that. But if you've got the chops and can play a multitude of styles, and you're a great person to be around, you're going to be working. Well, it's just simple.